Questions?
Tom, obviously, they did hit some tough shots, but it felt like you guys were pretty connected for most of the part, defensively, offensively, good in the second half. What do you think of this group's performance in totality?
Well, I thought they hit us early, and obviously we got in a hole, but I love the way we fought back, showed a lot of toughness and more discipline in the second half, and then timely plays, everyone working together on both ends of the floor. So I think it starts with your defense. And then you have to have a lot of toughness, and then you have to do it together. And I thought the guys did that.
What you see with Mikal in that fourth quarter, it looked like he was a little bit more assertive in trying to get his mid-range off.
Yeah, just, reading the game extremely well, getting to his spots. He had some big-time rebounds in traffic, some tough plays. I thought he was terrific in the fourth quarter. I thought OG gave us a huge game. And I thought Jalen, of course, was timely shot after timely shot. But I thought Mitch gave us big minutes. Cat gave us really good minutes. Deuce got us at a faster pace, so I thought that was good for us as well.
To say you don't want to do this, but be down 14 again in the third quarter. Just kind of what it says about this team to keep coming back.
You just got to keep fighting, and that's sort of the nature of the game. There's, when you're playing a three-point shooting team like that, there's going to be variances in the game where there's runs and you can't go away. You got to keep fighting. And they have the ability to, make tough shots. I thought, Tatum had a monster game going. He's a great shot maker. And I thought a lot of the shots were challenged well. He has the ability to make, and we have to have the determination to come back to do it over and over again and stick together.
Tom, what about the building and the electricity in the air when you guys were responding?
Yeah, and we always say, we got the best fans in the world, and the arena's great, the atmosphere, but we got to make sure we give them stuff to cheer for. So I think it's important to understand what goes into winning, and you have to earn your wins in this league. They're not given to you. And so the building is not going to win the game. Whatever the series, each game, you got to go in and put the work into winning that particular game. That's the only thing that matters.
Tom, you mentioned OG and when he gave you, it looked like he grabbed at his hamstring late in the first quarter, went to the locker room, came back. Just what did you see from him after he came back and the shots that he hit in the second?
Yeah, just, toughness, timely plays, flying all over the place. That was a huge steal that he made for us. But he's so disruptive. It's not only, and look, when you're guarding a guy like Tatum, there's a lot of stuff that he has to navigate through, and there's times you defend him well and he's still going to make, but to do it over and over and not get deterred and to keep fighting and then to make those plays that he made in the fourth quarter says a lot about him.
And there was a lot of talk earlier in the series about Mitch and the free throws, but they didn't foul tonight, but he gave you a bunch of offensive rebounds again. Just what kind of lift did he give you?
Same thing. I think he and Cat played really well together. Josh was in foul trouble, so the two bigs and his defense, the offensive rebounding, that's huge for us.
Tom, you guys have kind of flipped the switch with the defensive rebounding the last game and a half. How important has it been to keep them off the offensive?
Well, it's huge because you got to finish your defense against them. You can get the initial part right, and then you can challenge the shot, and then they're very quick to the ball, and their guards pursue. Their bigs are relentless. You got to make sure you're getting bodies on them, and when you're switching, sometimes you got smalls on bigs, but you have to have the toughness to get the job done. Just get up in there and battle.
Speaking of Mitch, he affects the board so much, even on plays where he doesn't get rebounds. What do you feel like he gives you guys, even on the plays when he's not getting boards? How is he actually impacting?
Well, it's the pressure he's putting on the rim, and then the threat of the offensive rebound and the extra possessions and what that means to the team and the value that it brings to the team. And then I thought he and Jalen connected on the lob, so I think that having that pressure there is huge for our team, and there's not really a stat for that, but what it does is it creates advantages for us.
Mikal kind of struggled in the first half, but what did you see from him in that fourth quarter? And
just his demeanor, and that's what I love about him. He played hard the whole game. I thought he had some good looks. They didn't go in, but that didn't sway him at all. And then he got going big time in the fourth quarter. Those were huge shots he hit.
Tom, second half of the fourth quarter, you had Mitchell Robinson and Miles McBride out there. What led you to go with those two, and what did you see from the group during that
Well,
stretch?
the starters went on a run, so we ran with that longer. And then Josh got in foul trouble, so that's what really led to that. And then Cat needed a rest, and so we were just reading the game.
A couple more.
Tom, you always say Jalen gives you your best when his best is needed. Just that third quarter, he comes out 16 points in the period. Just what did you see from him in that period to go on that run that he had?
Yeah, just reading the game. You know, he knew that we needed to be aggressive, and I thought that helped set the tone for what we were trying to do.
Coach, on that challenge where Josh got his fifth, what did your guys see for you to challenge it? And clearly the referee said it was a trip. So what did your guys see that caused you to want to challenge that?
I agree with our challenge guy. I disagree with the judgment on it, but sometimes that's the way it goes. You deal with it. But when you look at body position and you look at the things that occurred on it, yeah, thought it was a good challenge.
Tom, 39 points for Brunson in a game like this, that's huge. Like, what makes him made for moments like this in the playoffs?
Just the way he's wired, a lot of poise under pressure. His confidence, I think, is always super high just because of the way he prepares and the way he works. So no moment is too big for him. You're not going to speed him up. He's not relying on athleticism, although he's more athletic than people realize. And then just his fundamentals, his footwork, to be able to get to the spots that he wants. He's great at creating separation, and he's always got great balance on his shot.
Tom, I don't know, I don't think anyone knows the word on it yet, but Tatum was out in a wheelchair in tears. Just kind of thoughts on, I guess, if they have to go without him, what that means.
Yeah, I never want to see a player get hurt. And, he's been a great player, and he's a great guy, too. So I hope it's not a serious injury.
Thanks, Coach.
Jalen, just another crazy.
Sorry,
game.
real quick. Sorry. Just want prayers out to JT, man. I just want to make that and say that first and foremost. Thoughts and prayers with him, and just praying for the best.
Obviously, another crazy game, crazy runs, whatnot. Just how do you process the comeback, the win, and what it means for the series right now?
It means a lot. It was a big game for us. Just the way we responded. It's what I'm most proud of. Sticking together and just making sure we're not quitting. And that's a tough team over there. And obviously we want to get out to better starts. And but they got experience. They're defending champs for a reason. So a lot of credit to what they do. I'm just happy with how we fought.
Hi, over here, Jalen. Mikal, wondering your vantage point on the play where you get the deflection, OG gets the run out dunk, Tatum goes down. What did you see in that moment? What were you thinking when you saw that he was down? What was your perspective on it?
I thought he rolled his ankle. And then obviously we want to go out there and compete. But when a player of his caliber goes down and he's rolling in pain like that, you know something's wrong. So that's why I just gave my thoughts and prayers, because you never want to see something like that ever.
Either one of you, it felt like a lot of the shots they made early on were tough shots, and you guys made them work. Did you guys feel like that in the moment, that what you guys were doing defensively was working, aside from maybe a few minor missteps here and there, but in total you guys were doing what you were supposed to do in this game?
Early on, I don't think so. I think early on, a lot of miscommunication, transition. Derek White getting a lot of looks. As the game came on, yeah, they just made a lot of tough shots, and we could live with that. But early, having the early struggles offensively, we can't let that happen on the other end. We're getting good shots for them, and just gotta communicate better.
That third quarter, you guys really went to the boards, on them. You guys all played the whole quarter. It felt like you really played with a desperation in that quarter. What were you saying to each other coming out of the the locker room after halftime there?
Just keep fighting, you know. Been down way worse before, and just come out that edge in the first half and don't let up. You know, don't let them get up in a lead even higher. Just stay the course and one possession at a time, and that's what we did.
Jalen, I know you've been teammates with Mitch for a little while now, but after he missed this much time this year, seeing him get back to that dude who just whenever there is a miss, he at least gets a hand on the ball. Like, what is that experience like for you as a teammate, kind of seeing him operate in that sort of way now?
Yeah, he brings a lot to this team. When he came back, I mean, obviously we want him back fully healthy and ready to play, but just seeing how he was, just being back, being healthy, being full off the court, it was great to see. And so he was working his tail off to get back. Obviously, we love what he does, but him having his joy and being back and just being around and contributing, that's what we were most happy to see.
Mikal, I know we call him Captain Clutch, but you've had so many big moments this season. You know, even in the regular season with the Trae Young block, the Bulls block, was it a steal against Brooklyn or a block against Brooklyn? I can't remember. But
Block.
I mean,
Block.
It was a block. I mean, is there something to that? Like, do you have like that clutch gene as well? Is there something that you kind of turn on when it really matters?
Man, just the will to win. That's pretty much it. Just trying to fight to win. Honestly, that's doing whatever it takes. That's pretty much it. And I think last year for a while, I think I was leading the league in fourth quarter points for a little bit, but it kind of died down. So.
Mikal, I'll ask you to describe this because he probably won't. But that third quarter, when you guys are down 14 and he starts taking over, scores, I think, 18 points in the quarter. What do you see watching that? Do you just like, oh, here we go again? Or
Yeah, just times get tough like that. You know, he's going to never dwell from the moment. He's going to stay locked in and get us there. Like, he just wants to win, man, and how he works and, you know, he knows what he likes on the court, where he wants to get to, but I really think it's the will to win and want to win the game that he turns up another level because he doesn't want to lose. So, you know, it's great to watch, and, you know, glad he's on my side.
Conversely, Jalen, what was it like watching Mikal do what he did in the fourth? Didn't feel like he missed, and maybe I'm wrong here, but were you trying to get him to do your ESPN interview with you too? At the end, it looked like you were maybe trying to get his attention. No.
I was actually telling everyone to get off the court. I was like, it's nothing to celebrate. But watching him, like, I mean, obviously, I can say the same things. I've seen him since 2015, and I've seen the way his work ethic has grown each year, and then seeing everything he does, how psychotic he is with his work. It all pays off, and so I have full trust in him, no matter what the situation is. And the best part about me and him, like, we don't really take things personal. We talk how we sometimes talk, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's a little ugly, but we want to win. And it's been like that since the day I met him.
How come you don't talk about Josh's next league?
Why? Next question.
Next question. Next question.
Mikal, you know, we saw what happened with Boston in the regular season. They played really well against you guys, and now here you are up 3-1 in a playoff series against them. How do you explain that? What has this team done from then to now that's allowed you guys to get in this position?
I think just getting better throughout the year. Just, you know, obviously JB, Josh, OG, you know, guys been here, but kind of like a new team a little bit with me and Cat coming in and Cam. Just a little different. And so we kind of all had to figure out how to play together, the system and everything. And it just, you know, it took some time. And those guys, they've been together for a while. And, you know, the regular season for them is like just clockwork. You know, they all know how to play off each other. So just took some time, man. Just, you know, throughout the whole season, you get to know each other even more, how to play off each other. Just always just take some time. I know everybody wants success early on, and we kept just getting better, all of us.
Jalen, we talk all year about how teams are going to try to put their best perimeter defenders on you. I'm thinking Dyson Daniels with Atlanta, Thompson with Detroit, and then you got Holiday and White. And just seems like no matter how many times you keep coming back and you figure out a way, just what is it about coming back to a strong defensive matchup that at the end of the day you're going to come out with figuring it out at the end?
It's easier said than done, but the one thing I have to do is just respect my opponent, knowing that it's not going to be easy, knowing it's going to be tough, and knowing that I could get got. But I'm not going to be afraid to do so. I'm going to go out there and just give it everything I got, and put myself and my team the best chance to win a game. And it's as simple as that.
Jalen, you spoke about being proud of your response, and I know you said after Game 3 you couldn't flush it, you had to learn from it. Just what did you guys learn from that game and bring to this game?
Yeah, I think it was a sense of like urgency, desperation, just knowing that we have a great opportunity. And we're playing a really good team, and I don't even think we're playing our best basketball yet. We have a team who's fairly new this year, and we still have a long way to go to be the best team we can be. And there's always time to learn for us, and so we got to make sure that we're never satisfied, and just having that student mentality.
Jalen, I think when you said this is nothing that's over it, I assume it's because you can never be satisfied. There's another game coming up. I mean, when did you kind of adopt that philosophy, and when did it become such a big part of your leadership?
I don't know when, but for the longest time, whenever something is accomplished, I'm looking forward to the next. It's just how I've been. Just dating back to like high school, college, championships, everything that I've ever won. There's nothing in my house because I'm just looking forward to how can I be better. And so give everything to my parents for them to keep, and then when I'm done, I'll look back and see everything. But always looking forward to see where you can be and where you can be better.
That's one, James, for both of you. Jalen, before the series, we talked about the level of pride it would take to defend. And I thought Cat did a tremendous job guarding Tatum and Brown whenever they're trying to get downhill. Obviously, Holmes having OG and Mikal in the gaps. But what did you just see from him rising to the challenge in those situations, and how important was it for you guys to get out the run without him?
Yeah, he definitely stepped up to the challenge. Did a great job. I think as teammates, as guys like in the gap, guys in the help, just giving them confidence to press up and continue to play, knowing that we have his back. And so by we, I mean Mikal and Josh and OG, and occasional charges from me. But the way he stepped up to the plate, it's phenomenal. And we need more of that. And I know he's going to bring it to the table.